regards to the week's Parashah, we know that Lot got saved because of the merits of Avraham Avinu, not because of his own, but then after thinking that the Messiah is going to come from Lot, I believe that he must have had some sort of merits in order to deserve that, or is this specifically the thing about the Mashiach also as a result of the merits of Avraham Avinu, the fact that Lot deserved this?
No, he had actually his own merit, and our sages explain why Lot deserved this merit to have to be for progenitor of the Mashiach. They explain because he remained quiet. One time is enough, and it was an incident when they actually first went to Egypt, when Abraham and Sarah and Lot they came to Israel. HaShem did he brought the drought. There was no food. Basically, they had to go to Egypt to survive, and when Pharaoh abducted Sarah, and then later on he understood that she's Abraham's wife, and he called him in, and everybody like Lot also came, and he was interrogated and says, "How come you said that she's your sister?" Right? And he said, "No, but she is my sister in some sense," and Lot was there, and he was quiet. And if you understand the story of Lot, the only reason he went with Abraham, not because he was such a big tzaddik, as we saw, like in the first opportunity he went to Sodom and Gomorrah, right? But because he was the only heir, right, to the Abraham, so he wanted his money basically, right? So if Pharaoh would kill Abraham because he lied to him, right? So guess what? Lot would inherit everything, and that's what his goal. And how there's support for this idea, and as a support, is actually it says in the last week Parashah that when shepherds of the Abraham and shepherds of the Lot were arguing, what was the argument? Because they pastured the shepherds of the Lot pastured the sheep in the people's fields, and the shepherds of Abraham said, "You normal? It's like stealing. You normal? Like what are you doing?" So it's everybody would think that it's Abraham doing that, and they say, "Well, what is the difference? The HaShem anyway, he gave all of this land to Abraham, right? And so it's like it is Abraham's, but Abraham is going to die, right? One day or another, right? Anytime soon, right? And who is going to inherit? So Lot. So it is Abraham, but it's ours. So it's our land, so we can pasture whatever we want." So some crazy mentality. I mean, there is some logic to it, but it's crazy logic. And that's when Abraham found out. He said, "We have to split." So basically, it was in the house of the Lot. So everybody knew that one day he's going to inherit his uncle, because his uncle did not have any kids. That was the whole goal of Lot. And then he had the opportunity to speak up in front of the Pharaoh and say, "But excuse me, uncle, but didn't you say to Sarah that to say this and this to people? So because so if they so you try to save your life, right? Why are you lying to Pharaoh, our dear Pharaoh?" So of course the Pharaoh would kill him, right? And Lot would inherit. And you know what Lot did? He was quiet, and because this one moment of quietness, he deserves to have Mashiach come from him, because that person, Lot, went against his nature. So he was not rewarded this for taking guests in, even though in Sodom and Gomorrah it was forbidden to have guests, right? It's against the law, but it was second nature for him, because as we said yesterday, he will grow up in the house of Abraham. It was second nature. That's no efforts or spare or offer his daughter in order to spare the guest life. It was second nature. It was no exhaustion. But this, so to go against his nature and said, yeah, let's. What can we do, right? What can we do? I mean, he could inherit everything, and he was quiet, so he went against his nature, and he was rewarded for that. Yes, that's a lesson for all of us. That reward is coming for something like when you work on yourself, and you overcome the desires in nature. That's nature, desires, and character. It's one of the same thing. And habits, it's all the same. Okay, what else?
Thank you very much for that.
You're welcome.